This entire idea of introspection that Amma has given us works so beautifully to make us mindful.
Yes. Fuel our meditation practice again to any conversation that entails himsa. Ahimsa can be a great shield.
My life has become like a slow-mo movie now. Let's just share a couple of experiences that we've had with our practice and that might become inspirational for someone. So for example, I was somebody who would get upset with bad quality work and become angry and often use harsh words with people. But after I've done this, it is not that I do not get upset or have I started liking bad work is not the case. I still do not like bad work. But now when I see that bad work, and I see my emotion coming, that first it might be disgust or anger, and I become aware that that's an emotion coming. So then I choose to react. At times I do scold people because I know that is the only way that they would take me seriously. But oftentimes I also look at people who are really not able to do it. So then I will help them actually get to that level to say that, okay, your skill is still not there, you can build on it. So I could say that my life has become like a slow-mo movie now. So when the anger comes, I can see it coming. So that I can
watching the movie.
Yes. Where I have not become that good that I'm watching. I'm still there, but it pans out very slowly. So I can stop at that frame and say that, okay, now I think this person needs a little bit of telling off. So then I give a piece of my mind, but that's an act. It is not a reaction. And I think that's a very liberating moment that you feel so good about yourself that then it becomes like a upward vortex. You do it well this time, the next time even more somebody is done worse off, and then you've seen, oh, I was totally in charge. And I've also seen that people around me, their behaviors change.
Absolutely.
When I become like that. So that's one of the things that I've had. What about you?
We are mirrors to the world. I have one such experience too. I think we grow up in a world where violence is prevalent, and we cannot just say we have to practice ahimsa. Actually, there's something very powerful that J. Krishnamurti also says, that we are inherently violent.
Eating is the first act of violence, I think.
Yes.
You take off a plant, tear it apart, cook it, and then eat it. So I think violence underlies our life.
Yes. So coming back to violence in our own life in terms of speech, action, or even thought. Before I had started meditation or introspection, there was this false sense of identity I would hold, that I am someone in the world. And that identity would reflect, so my behavior would be very different with my subordinates if they spoke to me in a different tone. It did not come from a space of understanding. It would come from a place of authority. And the only thing, looking at my role models, what I have learned was to put them in their place and whatever it takes. Which eventually, when I started to become more aware, I realized this is not the human I want to be. I want to be tough, but I want to be gentle with them at the same time. Tough with getting things done, but I want to be fair. My reaction should not change whether it's a superior or somebody who's working for me at a different level. So recently there was an encounter where someone from my husband's office, who otherwise would not even be present if any of the meetings would happen, was just very hurt about some miscommunication that happened, and he just picked up the phone and he said, "Did you complain about me? I don't need anything." And the tone just sounded so hostile. But in that moment, when I seen myself within, I did not get triggered that why is this person talking to me in this tone,
How dare he speak to me?
Yeah, it did not come from that false identity or what I would like to call ego maybe, but it came from a deeper space of understanding, oh, he's hurt.
Compassion.
Maybe I need to explain a little bit more. And then when I gave him the understanding of the situation, that this is what transpired, and when I had a word, I had actually said, then we must trust our person rather than the other, then I could literally, feel
The hostility
melt away, and he coming to a neutral state that, okay, I trust you now. So that gave me an understanding that to any conversation that entails himsa, ahimsa can be a great shield. And ahimsa along with satyam, which was my truth in that moment. I did not pretend. I did not pretend to be compassionate. It naturally came out of me. And he is an intelligent human being. All of us are intelligent. We see because we recognize these seeds of compassion or hostility or violence because it is inherently in us. So he came in touch with the truth. The situation settled. So I didn't have to go around talking to 10 other people. It was just a straight, honest conversation between two human beings. So imagine if each one of us could do that, or if I could do that in every relationship I hold.
Yes. So we've been able to do it in one part of life, but there's so much more that we have to do. But at least this awareness has come and the ball has started rolling. And it will only become better. So I think this entire idea of introspection that Amma has given us works so beautifully to make us mindful. Because what we are supposed to do is reflect on the day that has been, take that pause and see what is it that worked. And actually thank the gurus and their grace for having guided us to do it right, and then what are the areas that we could do it better, and then tomorrow is always another day which we could use it to make it better. So I think this introspection is a very powerful tool to actually transform ourselves from within, and that's why
which will fuel our meditation practice again,
the sadhana even better then. And that's why Amma calls it also that it's a tool for software for inner transformation. And that's how it makes it happen. I think that it's a very interesting discussion on mindfulness, and I hope that people who are watching it get some ideas about it. And I think it would be wonderful if in case you have certain questions, you could put it in the comments or probably send it to us, and we could make another probably conversation around that. And because this is all about creating a space which is a safe space for us to talk about things that we are going through, and some experiences of those who have handled it well, so that the idea spreads and more of us can adopt it in our lives, because together then we build a better world for tomorrow then.
And also the challenges are the same.
Exactly. All human beings have very common challenges. We always think that, my life is sad and others are
the root
having
is the
a
same.
good time.
The root of dukkham is the same.
Always. And social media just proves it, right? Somebody says that I've been to Finland, and you think, oh my God, they're having such a good time. And here I am moping, fighting with life with all these things. So I think we could get the questions on, and it would make it even more interesting then to do it.
Absolutely.
So,
thank you so much today.
Thank you so much to you also. So, Om Sushumna, Mangalam, Nitya Shubha Mangalam.